we're back with part 3, questions and answers. SoulMom29 on Instagram asks, when did you introduce Ava to John, and initially what did John and you do to help Ava adjust to the new family dynamic? I didn't introduce John to Ava until quite a while, actually. I either kept her at my mom's house or I'd see him on weekends that were her dad's visiting weekends, so that way I didn't want her to get attached to him in case things didn't work out. So it probably took like a month before you met her.
A month or so?
Yeah, like a month. Right?
Maybe.
Yeah. About a month. And then when we didn't, I don't know, I didn't push him on her and he didn't push himself on her. Like,
what was the conversation you had with her before I met her?
I just said I was going to introduce her to my new friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've always been very adamant that, like, her father is her father, and then, I don't know. I just didn't force the situation or the relationship, I guess. I think one of the first times you guys met was when we went to the zoo and you took us out to dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. And John was just nice to her. I mean, he didn't try. John's weird. Kids like him. Like, I don't get it. I think it's because I try so hard that, like, kids tend to, like, gravitate to John, because John's just kind of like, I don't care if you like me or not. And, like, kids always love him. So, I mean, I don't know. And then when we got married, like, Ava was just, like, so excited. Like, she just was so excited. We bought a house and we moved out of our townhouse, and she was excited. It wasn't really hard to adjust to that.
So how long have I known her? Since she was 3?
3.5, 4. Yeah, she was potty trained by the time you met her. La Jamie 2. Has it been hard for John dealing with Ava's dad? If so, how does he stay calm?
What?
You're not gonna answer it?
Well, I don't know the answer to that.
Has it been hard dealing with Ava's dad?
At times.
Yeah.
We don't, like, yell, or we've never had an argument.
No, they've never had an argument.
There's not anything like that. It's just...
They rarely talk.
Just kind of keep the distance.
Yeah.
And
I think the hardest time John's had with the situation is just because her dad's not always the nicest to me. And so I think it's hard for John, as my husband, not to get upset about that, or the things he says to me. How do you stay calm?
I don't always stay calm.
You don't always stay calm.
But the situation is just how it is. You can't do anything about it, so...
Yeah. What's wrong, Kaya?
Around it. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
The situation is unchangeable. It's our life, so you just have to stay calm. Like, there's no reason, you can't live your entire life upset with a situation that you can't change. So we just kind of let it go. We just, whatever is whatever. We went through a really long and messy court thing last year, and that's over with, and I've just realized our court systems are really screwy, and again, there's nothing we can change, so we just kind of just live by what our new arrangement is, and we just let everything else go. That's basically all you can do. My Rock and Robin, how do you comfort each other when you're upset? We talk. We hug and talk.
I like lots of hugs and kisses when I'm upset.
Likes hugs and kisses.
Kelly just wants me to say sorry and move on and clean something.
Yeah.
That's basically what you want for me to do.
Well, because it's less stress on me. When things are clean, it means less work for me. Like, I know it sounds terrible, but that's my main, I won't say it's my job, but it is my job, is to keep the house in order, things are clean, laundry always clean, beds made, that kind of thing. And so if that's done a little bit for me, it makes me happier because it means less work for me. M. Barrios 1993. Have y'all ever traveled outside the United States? If so, where? I was born in I was born in South Korea. Other than that, I haven't traveled out of the state. I mean, our country. Wait, did it say state or country? United States. I've been to Canada before they made it that I couldn't because I don't have my passport, but I used to go there to shop. Have you ever been out of the country?
I've been to Mexico.
I've been to Mexico.
But other than that, I haven't traveled anywhere.
John and I would like to go.
I've been all over the United States a million times,
Yeah.
but not outside the United States.
John and I would like to go back to South Korea eventually to do like a motherland tour so I can see where I'm from, because I lived there for like 18 months. I just don't remember any of it, so that'd be nice. But yeah, I have Australia, England, and Korea so far on my bucket list right now. How does Ash something and Chris, I don't know. How does endometriosis affect your marriage?
I've already
We kind of already talked about that. It just makes it harder at times, but that's, yeah, I can't do anything about it. So again, you can't just dwell on it. Little My. This is just for John. How was it like for you when Kelly was very depressed? What did you do or not do that you found helpful?
I don't know. I guess it's when someone else is depressed in the house, I would get depressed. And I don't know how to deal with it necessarily other than try to stay really positive and just keep getting the work done around the house, and try to be positive with the other person, but it's not
easy.
A happy situation. So I don't know. I just sit and wait for her to get better or feel better.
He would do nice things like bring me coffee or surprise me with stuff like that, like surprise me with Starbucks or try to get me out of the house. Do you want to go shopping? do you want to buy something? Because he knows that cheers me up. I know it sounds sad, but everybody has their thing. Yeah. I mean, you can't force somebody out of a depression. You just kind of have to be there and just wait, as much as it sucks. Like sometimes you just have to let them figure it out on their own. So yeah. JCrafty86, since we heard your side already, what was John's experience finding you online?
I wrote an email and waited a month, and then you finally wrote me back.
In my defense, I was just really busy and hadn't checked my email.
Sure. But it's actually pretty easy. I just wrote an email, and then she wrote me back, and then I wrote her back, and then we started texting or instant messaging, and then eventually a week later we were on a date. So
how did you search for people?
What's that?
How did you search for people? You know how you have to fill out stuff your requirements for what was your search field?
I don't know. You put an age in, whatever, and I just put everything and then looked through it all.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to, I don't know.
I'm trying to find young me on purpose.
I think I wrote 4 emails and you're the only one that wrote back.
Well, that doesn't make me feel good. Gun K Chick. How do you manage to have time together alone and keep things romantic? I think we've already done that. Well, how do we manage to do it? We beg and plead my mom to watch the kids maybe once a month. And then when that doesn't work, we just hang out and do things together after the kids are in bed. This mind fine. What was John's first impression of you when he met you for the first time and vice versa? What was your first impression of me?
You were really cute. Happy.
I was really bouncy back then.
You were very beautiful. And you had lots to talk about. I don't know. You seem to have a lot of energy.
He says seem because now I don't.
And I don't know. We had a lot of fun. We just played around and we actually went and played disc golf. We went and basically walked around a park throwing a disc at a basket, and
we had coffee after.
We sat and had coffee for a long time.
My first impression was that he was really good looking, and he looked like Jason Bateman, who I've always had a crush on since what was that show that he Arrested Development. I was really excited. He smelled good. I already said that, but he smelled good. Down to 2014. Has your relationship changed because Kelly went on YouTube? If so, how has it changed?
Not really.
No, it hasn't changed.
We don't really change our personalities for the camera.
This is what I wish people I don't know, because it's so different. I've met some YouTubers who are completely different, I think, in person than they are on camera. And that's why we try to be as just ourselves as possible, because I would hate for somebody to meet me in real life and be like, you're nothing like that, or you don't look like that at all. I've said it numerous times, I don't wear makeup to look good for the camera. I want my makeup to look good in person, and same with my personality. I don't want to misconstrue. I don't want people thinking that I'm something that I'm not. So we're pretty, nothing's really changed between us. I mean, if anything, I'm happier now. That would be a difference. I've been happier since I started YouTube because I found friends and a connection to people. Ashley M. Privet, what would your advice be for new parents as far as keeping their relationship fun and loving? Already answered that. Also, how do you manage to get time alone together without having a babysitter? Already answered that. You just do stuff when the kids go to bed, and then you just wait, because it does get better. It does get better. Without getting too personal, obviously, do you ever feel stuck in a rut, and what do y'all do to overcome it? I don't know, like, we don't really get stuck in ruts just because there's so much going on. Oh wait, we just fixed the camera stabilization. It's not bouncing anymore. With 3 kids, our life is always changing, so it's kind of hard to get stuck in a rut. What do you say for us?
I think the best way to get out of a rut is to make a big change.
Yeah.
Move in a different direction. So, but it's hard to do that because a lot of times it's just easier to stay in this rut. So it depends on the person's personality. I don't know. I like to maybe go do a new activity.
Yeah, we'll go somewhere new. Like we'll go to we'll drive like 2 hours just randomly on a Saturday and just go find something new to do, a new area to explore or whatever. Like, we take our kids everywhere. Morning new disease. You and John have a sitter for the entire day. What would you guys do? Well, funny you should mention that. My mom is actually going to watch the kids all of Saturday and into Sunday for us on John's birthday on the 21st. So, what are we going to do, Johnny?
I don't know yet.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard because there's a lot of stuff that we normally would do, we would just do with our kids. So maybe go to a movie, go out to a nice
Probably sit and talk somewhere.
Sit and go talk, yeah. Maybe find a really good, like, Korean barbecue place or some type of restaurant that we normally wouldn't take the kids to.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I kind of want to go to the casino with John. The casino.
We're not gambling.
We're not gambling people, but it's just fun because the last time I went to a casino, I won a lot of money, so I'm like...
A lot of money. Only $80.
$180 off of a $20 bill. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Exactly. In Vegas, nonetheless. Like, if we had more friends in our area, we'd have a game day or a game night or something, but we don't, unfortunately. Tart paper. Does your staying home ever create a power imbalance? And if money was the same but roles reversed, would John ever be willing to stay at home? We already know that John refuses to stay at home. And I don't think it really...
I don't think I wouldn't be refused, but I wouldn't want to do it because it's just not a fun thing
You wouldn't want to stay at home alone. If we were like lottery winners, he would stay at home with me. But I don't think he would stay at home.
I need like my work.
He needs to be doing something, staying home with the kids. Like, he comes home from work and he's like, let's go do something. Like, on weekends, like, you guys are always like, you guys are always shopping or you guys are always out. It's because John doesn't like staying at home. He wants to get out.
Yeah.
Like, he needs to be doing something. So staying at home, just especially during the winters, not so good. I'm a little bit better at that because I'm a little bit of a homebody, but I don't think there's a power struggle because of finances, though. We've never really had a power struggle. John just, I don't know, John and I just really understand each other. We both want each other to be happy, so as long as bills are getting paid, we don't really care. Does that make sense? I can't pronounce this screen name, but she asks, were there any times when your blogging caused some problems, misunderstandings between John and you? When John said he did not like his being recorded on video, etc. I don't know. Have you ever... John hasn't really said he didn't want to be recorded. Have we had any issues with me vlogging?
No.
No.
I mean, I was not... When you started doing it, it was like a foreign thing for me.
I started doing it without telling him.
I'm not really a tell everybody everything kind of person. So.
We don't have any issues though. I'm really good about respecting other people's privacy. If somebody doesn't want to be shown on a video, I won't show their face or I won't film them at all, like my friends or my family. Also, when we're out in public, I really try as hard as I can not to get anybody's faces or kids in the screens or shots. You guys have noticed that. So yeah, and if it bothered John, I just wouldn't do it. I mean, I'm very good about my editing too. I would never put something in that would embarrass anybody. I'm just not, yeah. Can you imagine your life without YouTube? I can definitely imagine my life without YouTube. YouTube is not my life, so I could turn it off any day if I wanted to, and I don't think I would. I mean, I would miss people, but I still have my social media sites that I can connect with people with. But honestly, like, I think I would probably maybe have some relief because I wouldn't have trolls bothering me and it would be less pressure. But, you know, I know a lot of you guys like watching us and I still like doing YouTube. So until that stops, I'll just continue doing it. Yeah, babe. Style by Cutesy Hygiene 1. How are you doing with your endometriosis? I'm pretty good. I really haven't had any bad flare-ups in the last few months. I'm taking my depo every 8 weeks, and yeah, I mean, I still get cramping every once in a while. I have some sacroiliac joint. I have sacroiliac joint disorder, which can be caused by endometriosis, but it's not necessarily. It hasn't been proven that it was. But I have that on top of endo, so I've had some hip joint issues. So I've been taking my ibuprofen because it's an anti-inflammatory. I've changed my diet up, which has really helped. I've been healthier. I've been exercising. The Depo-Provera has made me gain 20 pounds, which is not the most exciting thing, but you know, I haven't gone to the hospital for pain, so that's a good thing. The only thing that I would say that I'm constantly battling is chronic fatigue. I get really exhausted really easily if I push myself too hard exercising, or if I'm out all day and I do too much. So all in all, I'm doing pretty well. I just have to take every day at a time and just kind of be aware of how my body feels and whatever, but yeah, so yeah, it's still going well. So Amy had asked, what are each of your strengths that help balance out the other's strength or weakness? Well, I am kind of
You're super organizational oriented, strong-willed, self-motivating, very good parenting, good parenting knowledge. You have very good morals, and I'm more laid back. That helps balance us out. I'm more like...
I'm a hard ASS, and John helps loosen that up. Yeah.
Softy.
Yeah. I think I'm better at remembering things, so I pick up for where John lacks. Like when he loses his wallet, I usually know where it is, and he doesn't, or things like that. But John's really good at... John's a lot more patient than I am in a lot of things, so when I'm not patient, he's there to like kind of chill me out. John also gets really cranky really easily in certain situations where I'm like, John, it's okay, it's okay. With like customer service or things like that, but yeah. And then every once in a while, John will be more positive about life than I will be, and then vice versa, so we're just kind of balance each other out that way too. Kyra Great Gabauer, how do you guys come to agree on situations with raising kids if you both have different views on it?
What?
That's just the question.
Our views are about the same, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of helped that I had a kid before John, and he saw that.
I just kind of followed her lead.
Yeah.
With that stuff.
Because Ava turned out pretty darn well, I think, considering the situation that we were in at the time. And so I think John trusted based off of that I knew kind of what I was doing. So he just kind of supports me. Unless there are a few things that you've been like, no, I guess we've really never butted heads on parenting. Except for the sleeping situation. That was about it. But we obviously got past that. Is it love at first sight? I'm assuming it was. She is beautiful. I would thank you, by the way.
No.
But what?
It took a long time for me to fall in love with you.
You did? Oh, I was gonna say, I would pretty much say it was love at first sight for me. It took me like probably 1 week. I was like, I love him. Booma Yang, what's your favorite memory of each other? My favorite memory of John would have to be when we had Wyatt, when Wyatt was born. That was really nice. Yeah. Because my parents were leaving the next day, and they took my daughter with them, so that way John and I could handle the whole being at home with the newborn thing together. So we had like a really nice week where it was just me and him and Wyatt, and it was just really nice. Just a nice time together. Okay, so apparently my battery died, and we didn't realize that it stopped filming, so what is your favorite memory of me, John?
I don't know if I can do it again. No, when we were having Kaya, and we got to a point where we were at the hospital, and you've been laboring for a little while, and it started to come really hard, and you were like, I can't do this, I need drugs. And I was like, no, this is not what we want to do, we talked about it before, which we had, right?
Yeah.
There was a point where then I gave you a pep talk, your mom gave you a pep talk, and we all kind of looked at each other, and you were like, okay, I can do this. And I was like, yeah, you can. And we just pushed on, and like 15 minutes later, we had a baby.
Yeah.
And it was like awesome, like, you're
be an all expense paid trip to the like a cruise in the Bahamas. So Oprah or Ellen, if you'd like to give us that, that would be amazing. We would, you know, I don't know, it'd be fun because like a family type of cruise, obviously. And then of course all expense paid because a dream vacation you don't pay for. And then, well, I would like to go beach. But in regards to just me and John, my dream vacation would be to be able to rent a house on some really nice, beautiful beach or ocean, or like, you know, those like tiki huts actually that you see on like Pinterest or Instagram, where it's literally like in the middle of the sea, and then there's just like a deck. Like that would be cool. Just somewhere like by water where there's sun and sand and just me and him and like sightseeing and stuff around that we could go do just on our own. Like that would be, those would be my two different vacations. What's your dream vacation, John?
Mine was you and I are driving somewhere. Like maybe we would drive from like our house to like northern Michigan, like wine country up there, or and then we'd stay in hotels, different hotels.
In Michigan?
Yeah, northern Michigan's really nice in the summertime.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And we could like do touristy things, or we could do other things like go out on a boat, or like, I don't know. My point would be just, it doesn't really matter. My point would be, we'd be in a car, we'd be traveling.
And
at
no
night,
kids.
Would be no kids. During the day, we'd do whatever the heck we want to do.
Yeah.
And we'd stop. If it piqued our interest, we'd stop. We'd have like final destinations, but during the day, like, in our schedule would be like wide open. There would be happy accident after happy accident, and we would have a great time, and we'd really enjoy it. And it would be like 3 or 4 days long, or 5 days long, or whatever. But 5 days might be too long for that.
That might be
3
too long
days.
in the
I
car.
think 3 days would be perfect. And I think that's like a realistic thing. Like that's not. It's just the kind of vacation I like to go on.
Yeah, but
like,
this is supposed to be a dream
oh,
vacation.
we have to be at the blah blah blah
No, but
at 2 o'clock,
John,
and then we go to the. I hate this.
John, this is supposed to be a dream vacation. Like if money were an option, like dream vacation.
Space station.
Oh gosh. Okay. Next question. Rachel Starley Pearson.
I want to go up in the Soyuz.
If you
and come down in the Soyuz.
a stay-at-home mom, what would you want to do?
Dream vacation.
If I were a stay-at-home mom, I don't know what I would want to do. Like I said, when about that business, owning our business question, I don't really know what I want to do. I would love a job where I could help people. I don't like office jobs. I can't, they're boring. I've had them, I've been an office manager. Even though I'm organized and probably very capable of that type of position, I want to be able to be creative. I want to be around people. I want to be able to help people, and I want flexible hours. Like, I don't know, is there a job like that out there? I want to be able to do good.
You're kind of already doing that job.
Yeah, I want to do good, but be able to get paid so I can support my family or college tuition, and just
when you
be
gonna,
happy.
Make me some money.
Right. Flora Ives, where do you see yourself as a couple and as a family in 5 years? Interesting you should ask that, because we're contemplating that ourselves right now. Like I said in my other video, we will have a update video coming up soon, because we have a lot of changes actually coming up in the next year, actually in the next few months. So I hopefully in the next 5 years see us in a house that we're gonna stay in till our kids are gone to college. I want to be settled in our house, like our not forever home, but our kids' childhood home, and I want to see us in a location that is diverse and just friendly, and where we can be happy and grow. And I would love to see myself in some type of career or job, you know, because obviously in 5 years, Kyle will be in all-day school by then.
So if you have a job for Kelly, let me know.
If you have a job, let me know.
That's a joke, don't let.
For John and I, like, I just hope we're still as happy as we are now. I think we will be.
I think we're gonna be happier.
Yeah, the
That's
kids
the
are
goal.
getting easier. Like I said with the whole, like, how do you get through being married and the hard parts, like, you just know, you just keep believing that it's gonna get easier, and it will. And it has gotten easier. Like, I think that's part of the hard part about having kids and being married, is that you're so sleep deprived, and you're so angry at them, and you're so angry at each other, that you can't see past that moment. You can't see that there is gonna be a breaking point, that there is gonna be a point where they are all old enough to be easier to handle and manage, and that you will have a life again. And so I think that's what's so difficult, and why people split up and give up so easily, is because, not easily, I shouldn't say that, because it's hard work, but I think that's why people give up, is because they are so so in that moment that they can't see past it. So as long as you can just...
You can't see the forest.
You can't, yeah, as long as you can just stick with it and just believe that things will get easier, because when it comes to kids and stuff,
you gotta
it
love
does.
the person with your with, though.
Yeah, you do gotta love each other.
And you guys gotta be working together, if you're not.
You guys gotta be on the same page. If one of you doesn't want to stay in the same relationship or work on it, it's not gonna work. But what I'm trying to say is that, like, I know that John and I will be just as good, if not better, together, and our family's gonna be amazing because the kids are just getting easier. And like I said, we have been at our peak to the point where we've talked about divorce, and I've been so angry, and he's been angry or disappointed or upset. Like, we've gone through those moments. But because we love each other and because we knew that things would get better once the kids got older, you know, we stuck through it, and sure enough, like, life has gotten better and easier. Sleeping is getting better, and our finances have gotten better, and you know, it gets better. You know, just stick with it and work hard and just see past the moment. Faith Bush asked, who said I love you first?
Kelly.
I did. Totally did.
2 weeks, boom, love you.
Hey,
Remember
you said
that?
it.
I'm not making fun of you.
You said it right back.
I know. But you were like, I want to tell you something.
Don't embarrass me. Anna Craig asks, how does John manage the house when you're in pain from endo and such? Luckily, I've been blessed with a very supportive hubby, but we don't have kids because we can't. So throw kids in the mix, and I bet he would go crazy. First off, I'm sorry you can't have kids. You know, endo is just such a sucky disease, and I'm very blessed that I was able to have kids before mine really kicked in. So I'm sorry about that, but John handles it pretty well. I mean,
some days better than others.
Some days better than others. Some days I'll have a kid coming up and screaming in the room while I'm trying to rest or trying to, you know, hopped up on Percocet. Some days Kyle will just lay in bed with me and John will just have Wyatt. Some days I'll have to come downstairs and kind of figure out what's going on because everyone's yelling. But for the most part, John handles it pretty well. I mean, I try as hard as I can to always make sure the house is already in order before anything, you know, at all times. So whenever I do have a flare-up, you know, as long as he can keep the kids under control, that's
I think the biggest thing that I've learned is that I can't be like, well, I'm helping Kelly. Because it's such a cop-out being a dad. Like, you have to be like, no, I am the dad, so this is my responsibility, this is what I'm doing. And I'm not helping Kelly, I'm just taking care of my kids, period.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, like, in-between there. There's no, like, oh, well, she does that and I don't do that, so I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's, like, if I keep that attitude, then things happen. When I start to, like, fall off and, like, I'm not being the greatest dad that day, then
all hell breaks
loose.
Like,
things still get cleaned and like, people get fed and all that. It's just, things don't run as smooth as
just like Kaya will get dressed for the day, but her hair won't get brushed. Or the kids will get fed, but it'll be macaroni and cheese and not actually like a real meal.
And there'll be no vegetable.
There'll be no vegetable, yeah.
Or maybe the house is a mess, but everyone's still alive.
Yeah, that's John's parenting, which is fine, whatever. Some people are better at parenting, or better at handling situations like that than others. But John, you know what? The kids stay alive. That's it. But I think what John was saying about the whole, like, not thinking of it as, oh, I'm doing Kelly a favor because she's sick right now, is definitely something that I'm glad he said, because I get a lot of people, and not just me, I think a lot of stay-at-home moms get this too, where it's like you take a break or you feel sick or you go on vacation by yourself and it's like, oh, you're so lucky your husband's willing to watch your kids for you while you do that. And it's like, it's their kid too.
I'm just watching my kids.
They're just watching their kids. Like, it's not a favor to us. It's not a favor when one parent watches the kid for the other parent. Like, it's not even for the other parent. They're just watching the kids. So, like, if somebody's sick, you just continue your normal role. Jessica Gentry, how do you balance everything out between family, work, and filming? I just don't get sleep. And I'm regularly filming 3 times a week. I don't sleep.
You spend like from 10 to 11:30 or 10
sometimes 2 in the morning.
10 to 2 in the morning doing your videos.
I'll do my videos and respond back to comments. That's honestly, like, when I'm actually filming 3 times a week, taking care of the kids, having the house clean, cooking dinner, and, you know, doing everything else and exercising, like, I just don't get sleep. So what I've had to do is I've really had to prioritize more. I've had to realize that, okay, it's okay if I can't comment back to everybody on a video right away. It's okay if I don't do 3 videos a week. I can just do 1 and it will be okay. You know, yeah. I've had to do that, and that's really helped because I need my sleep, especially if you have endo or any type of autoimmune disorder. If you don't sleep or get rest, it actually makes your disorder worse. So I need to get sleep. So what I've been doing is, as you guys have probably noticed, is I've just not been posting as many videos, and I've put YouTube as my third. It's not my first. You know, it comes family, exercise, house, and then YouTube. So before though, when I was balancing everything to the point where I was like a machine and everything was getting done and everything was getting, you know, whatever, I just wasn't, I was compromising my sleep. So now, again, I'm just like cutting back on certain areas, and I'm actually been a lot better about the house not being as clean all the time. I'm just kind of trying to loosen up a little bit. So yeah. Melissa Hopkins, you guys seem to genuinely have a great relationship. What is your #1 marriage tip that has helped your relationship grow?
Continuing to work at it.
Yep. Just never giving up. If you love each other, if you love each other, if you don't love each other, I say get out, because there's no point in a loveless marriage.
Wasting time.
You're wasting your time. You're probably hurting your kids because they can see that you don't love each other, and it's not a healthy environment or example to set for your kids. But if you love each other, like John and I love each other, it's just, you work it out. You work it out. You find a way, you work it out, you talk. We talk a lot. I think the reason why we've survived is because of our communication, is we talk a lot. So that would be our tip. And yeah, and that's it. That's the last question. So I hope you guys enjoyed these these boring videos. It's like evening. We've been filming for so long. But yeah, thanks for the questions, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you ever want to see another questions and answers with John and I, let us know. And I think that's pretty much it. So
like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, and we'll see you next time.